सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
The miseries of material existence and the most hopeless conditions of life is the best possible opportunity to turn to God.
You're listening to Bare Knuckle Bhakti Shorties on the Bhakti Recovery Podcast with Jiva G, coming at you every Monday with a little spiritual something. Hi, Krishna friends. I am in such a beautiful place right now, outside. My outside circumstances are pretty beautiful. And this shorty is going to be about inside circumstances and outside circumstances. I'm at the end of a retreat with Satchinandana Swami, and this weekend has been layered with deep curiosity and realizations and struggles of the mind, of the inner world. I'm now in a walk in the woods, trying to get my thoughts straight. So bear with me as I always feel if I don't share what's going on with me, that it is selfish. I also encourage others to sort of feel the same way, because in the end, every experience that any one of us have, all of our experience, strength, and hope will help uplift somebody else. And by withholding that, it is a selfish act. And I'm not talking about trying to work it out in our heads or trying to be alone for a while, but when we've come to some sort of conclusion or some sort of peace within a situation, within a struggle, within a circumstance, and we've gone through a journey mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, I feel it is my duty, not only my duty, my responsibility and my service to share vulnerably with others. Maybe my struggles can make your struggles less. And maybe your struggles can support me in my journey in making that struggle less. So, I can describe my frame of mind at the moment, which I'm coming out of slowly. I woke up this morning with the innate feeling that my soul is a prisoner in this body and my spirit is a prisoner of this mind. And sometimes that invokes almost a panicky feeling within me. That feeling of, I have pictures I can explain that to you two. It's like somebody trapped in a maze, trying to find their way out, and knowing every single inch of that maze, and knowing materially, bodily, there's no way out. There's no way out of that maze. And knowing that Krishna, God, is the only way out of it, by reaching for God. But sometimes by realizing this and not having that 100% faith that God will come in and release my soul from this prison, it almost seems like a torture. Now, I'm not saying this to be morbid, and I'm being really vulnerable. I'm being extremely vulnerable right now. I'm also walking uphill, so that's why I'm probably panting. Whew. Let me pause. Maybe you should pause too. Put your hand on your heart. Close your eyes. Are you convinced, and I'm going to ask you this question, are you convinced that there isn't a person, place, or thing, there isn't a situation, a flavor, a circumstance, a home, whether a hut or a mansion, there isn't a person that can give you real shelter? And I mean the shelter that Krishna can provide. Do you believe this? Are you done trying to suck nectar out of a rock? Pause for a second and ask yourself that. And believe me, I'm not going to leave you there hanging. Because for me, when I'm stuck in that loop, when that record skips right there, and then there's that waiting room of struggle, maybe feeling trapped and panicked, a bit claustrophobic, it's really not nice to be stuck there. Satchidananda Swami was sharing something, and he really spoke to me this morning because I was feeling a little bit in that panic this morning. The panic of the realization of my true position here, of all of our true positions here. Some feel it deeply, some feel it not as deep. Part of my karma is feeling that on a very deep level. To make the waiting room shorter, I need ways and means to hold on to that rope that's leading me to full Krishna consciousness. And I realize that I can work as hard as I want. I can cry as long as I want. I can crawl as long as I want. But in the end, it's mercy. It's just mercy. How I imagine God, how I hold on to God, what I think of God. All of those things can and will and are going to be purified. But the longer I stay in the waiting room of doubt, in the waiting room between escaping from the maze to being close with Krishna in safety and shelter, I want that window to be closed. And the longer I stay in there, the more insecure I get. And the more insecure I get, the more doubtful I get. And the more doubtful I get, the more fear I feel. And. Immersing myself in God consciousness, truly, from the very depths of my soul, with every bit of effort, of remembrance that I am just a spark and a pure spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna. Hanging out with people who feel the same. Fellowshipping with others who are recovering from this material body. I mean, we'll never recover from the material body. But it almost feels as if people in a 12-step program, especially in the Bhakti recovery group, we are at least aware of this circumstance. And many of us feel so deeply and desperately about it that we turn to other behaviors, using drugs, using alcohol, using any way and means to relieve that pain of existence. There's hope. And it's not just, see, this is the thing. It's not just up to me. That's where I want to release myself from the belief that it's all up to me. Yes, it's partly my responsibility to always remind myself, of course, it's my decision every day. But whether Krishna gives me the mercy to deeply know this and feel this, that's mercy. And that's not up to me. I don't want to be in fear. I don't want to be in doubt. I don't want to hold on to people, apartments, relationships to give me some sort of safety. At least the safety that I'm really looking for, the real safety. The real safety is situated in the heart of Krishna, in my heart, and my capability of opening the door for reciprocation. You know, Sachinanda Swami Maharaj asked us this morning to close our eyes, just as I asked you, and meditate and chant on the face of Krishna, on his luscious locks, on his eyebrows, his cheeks, his eyes. And that's where I see that's my weakness. There's so much room to grow. Because while doing that, my intellect took over and started to realize, oh, what does he look like again? Oh yeah, it's bluish. Is it dark blue? Is it light blue? The mind just hijacks the moment. So I guess perseverance and letting go, faith, trust, and mercy. That's the cocktail of the day. My life, this minuscule life, where I feel intensely, think deeply, move swiftly, sleep erratically. In this life, I have every tool and every feeling, every intellect, every step, movement that I can offer in Krishna consciousness. Where I feel my need for improvement is to turn all of that painful energy or those deep feelings into something a little lighter. That's my next step, people. Something a little lighter. But I have to use this experience, and I have to be in that waiting room, and I have to feel those things, and I have to do these things, and I have to go through these processes, or else I wouldn't have gone through them. If I could decide to put those behind me right now, I would. You walk 10 miles into the woods, you gotta walk 10 miles out. Let alone lifetimes. You've had how many millions of lifetimes? Now, how many millions of lifetimes do I need to perfect this? Only with Krishna's mercy, with one side glance, he can release me from this. Anyway, I'm going to now take my walk. It's been a long time since I'm in the woods, and I'm enjoying it very much. Driving back to Berlin today. And by the time you hear this, I will have been back to Berlin because the computer to load up this episode is in Berlin. So you'll probably hear this when I'm already back. I wish you guys an amazing day or evening, afternoon, full of awareness and faith in God, faith in association. And I love you guys. Hare Krishna.
Thanks for listening. I hope you liked the Monday Shorties. Don't forget to check out our full-length episodes on Thursdays. If you like what you heard, spread the word. Peace out.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
The miseries of material existence and the most hopeless conditions of life is the best possible opportunity to turn to God.